So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to our YouTube channel. And this is OPAG News TV. As the 2 weeks window given by the Nigerian police for them to revert to the public as to facts and figures surrounding Mohbad's death now comes to an end, a lot of people are getting impatient, some even getting doubtful. A lot of these doubts stem from the fact that people are not sure that the two major suspects had been arrested. People have the expectation that the Nigerian police all along should have taken Naira Marley and Sam Larry into custody to explain and give details about their remote or immediate involvement in the incidences surrounding Mohbad's passing. Well, on that, a lot has now happened, and in today's video, I will be bringing us up to speed with all of that in addition to all the updates that have now occurred since our last video. Stay glued and watch till the end. Since our last video, it is now a fact that Sam Larry has been taken into custody of the Nigerian police. Some reports hold that he was picked up by law enforcement in the country where he was held up all along, while some other accounts held that he literally turned himself in. Well, be that as it may, what is fact is that he has now been detained by the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police confirmed this development when they took to their social media page to say this. Updates from Lagos State Police Command. Balogun Olamilekan Eletu, aka Sam Larry, is now in our custody. He is currently assisting with ongoing investigations. Now, instead of the statements to bring relief, it caused even more distress to a lot of people. People were not so pleased with the police choice of words. No. Like, wait a minute. Assisting? What do you mean by assisting? Assistant, like in the sense that there is a suspect somewhere and his own account or his effort is needed to help nail that suspect? Whoa, like since when did the prime suspect become the assistant police? We don't get it. We don't just get it. So the police choice of words was very, very offensive to a lot of people, and it further fueled doubts as to whether a transparent, honest, bias-free investigation can be conducted by the Nigerian police in this case. Well, do let us know what you think. Do you take exception to the Nigerian police choice of words by saying that Sam Larry is assisting them in their investigation, or do you absolutely see nothing wrong with that statement? Do you believe that Nigerians are just to blow things out of proportion? Do let us know what you think down in the comments section. Furthering on that, somehow, a purported statement of defense by Sam Larry has made it out to the internet. In the said statement, Sam Larry said, 2 years ago, I gave Ileri 2 million naira to perform at my mother's annual remembrance concert at Ikorodu. The boy never showed up. So I called him to ask why. He then said he was not feeling well, and when I asked for a refund, he said he lost his phone and money recently when the NDLEA raided his apartment in the process, and since he was leaving Malian's records, he is now broke with no commitment to repay. I then left, all for me to later hear that this same boy was having a musical video shoot the next door, practically next street to my house. So I went there to ask for my money again. We had an argument that lasted 5 minutes. Even one of his friends insisted he was going to pay the money. Up till today, one kobo they have not paid me. This was early last year. I have since moved on. Now, I don't really want to read all through the statement, but there are places that we just needed to pick point in. Well, it doesn't even need a magician to spot the obvious discrepancy in this statement from the earlier statement in his counter petition when Mohbad petitioned him to the police for threats to life and assault. Do you remember that Sam Larry came in with his thugs and some with machetes, some with sticks to attack Mohbad in the musical shoot that he was holding with Zlatan? Mohbad petitioned the Nigerian police, the commissioner of police, screaming and bringing to their notice that Sam Larry is threatening his life, insulting him, and stalking him. Now, if you don't know, Sam Larry raised a counter petition. Oh yes, he did. Not only did he accuse Mohbad of also threatening him, he further went to sue him for malicious petition for raising a frivolous petition against him and ruining his reputation. Oh yes, Sam Larry did that. Now, in that counter petition, let me just lift some words that were written by Sam Larry. It says, sometime in February 2022, our client engaged the services of one Promise Oladimeji, aka Mohbad, to perform at his party in the United Arab Emirates. So the part I'm going to skip basically said again that Mohbad failed to appear for that concert. He defaulted. Okay, now let me not bore you with all of the petition. Let me jump to the figure that was stated here. So it said in its concluding parts that in early March 2022, our client reached out to Promise to demand for refund of the 7.5 million naira. But the demand was rejected by Promise. And when our client insisted on the refund, Promise Oladimeji resorted initially to abuse and insult and thereafter to threaten him and resorted to threats of harm against our clients. Isn't that so funny? And we never got to see any of these online? Oh my God. In law, there is a saying, a Latin maxim that says, res ipsa loquitur, and it simply means the facts speaks for themselves. Now here, Sam Larry is accusing Mohbad of threatening to harm him, whereas we have over 10 videos circulating the internet showing the direct opposite of that allegation, showing Sam Larry being the one in the act, clearly assaulting Mohbad, injuring him, beating him, threatening him, and even intimidating him. Well, I hope he has enough evidence to back up that claim now that this matter is snowballing. But the obvious discrepancy that we can clearly point out here is the change in incidences and figures. On the one hand, we have a report of a default of a concert in Ikorodu where he was supposed to repay Sam Larry 2 million naira. And in the second petition, we are seeing another concert in Dubai or which Arab country, and Mohbad defaulting to pay him 7.5 million naira. So which is it? Why the inconsistencies? The contradictions are glaring and blinding. Thinking deeper and even digging deeper, Sam Larry claims that he is a friend with Mohbad's former record label boss, Naira Marley. And he had an artist under that record label. What friend goes behind his friend who owns the record label to pay cash to his artists? All bookings, All payments normally stem from the record label. You don't even have a right to book the artist directly and transact business with the artist directly. Talk more of making payments into the artist's personal account. So at that point, in that year that he mentioned, Mohbad was still under the signage of Naira Marley. So why did Sam Larry engage him personally? Started making payments into his accounts? There are many questions begging for answers. Do let me know your thoughts if you believe this statement and what you think about it down in the comment section. We do hope very frequently that this investigation is clear, transparent, and unbiased. Another media update that has now happened since our last video is that Naira Marley, who is Mohbad's former record label, has also been taken into custody. The police department, through its legal state spokesman, Benjamin Henry, had this to say. Aziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, has been taken into custody for interrogation and other investigation activities. That's it. And the people were like, that's more like it. Now you are speaking the language of the elders. We like the sound of that interrogation and other investigation activities. Yeah, that's more like it. Not assisting the police. Even Naira Marley himself took to the social media to announce that he is now in the custody of the Nigerian police. Let's read what he posted. I would like to share that I've just arrived back in Lagos, Nigeria, to assist the authorities assist again with the ongoing investigations. It's important I do my part for Imole. I'll be meeting with the police with hopes for the truth to be uncovered and for justice to prevail. You see, with the way Naira Marley and Sam Larry are going about this, helping the police, assisting the police, they seem not to understand where the pain and the anger of many people are stemming from. Do you know that it is only a few people, a handful of people that believe that Naira Marley or Sam Larry directly assassinated Mohbad? Only a few, maybe a bunch of people. The anger of the majority, the sea of people pushing for justice, is the evidence of the beating, the intimidation, the bullying, the threats, the way they frustrated this young man, the pains they caused him, the illnesses he had to go through because of them, constantly living in fear and anxiety, the way he was bullied and he always ran away from his aggressors, didn't want trouble. All he wanted was for that to stop. He never retaliated, but they kept on going on and on. The visuals that we see of him bleeding, connected to a hypertensive monitor, that is the anger, and that itself is a crime. Violence, aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon, these are crimes too. So let it not be on that impression that this is just for the murder, justice for the murder that we are looking or at, or that people are agitating for. There was a lot more that he suffered before he died, and that should also be accounted for. It is the public's belief that whether or not a murder conviction is secured for these people, they should be made to pay for their constant abuse. The evidences glaring and staring at us in our naked faces. So while the police goes ahead with the murder investigations, the post-mortem examination and all of that, let them begin by getting these guys, especially Sam Larry, who was seen with naked eyes, to account for the constant assaults and threats to life. Only then will the public be convinced that the Nigerian authorities are objective, unbiased, neutral, and uncompromised. Moving on from that one, Just like Sam Larry, Naira Marley has now sat in an interview with a politician, Reno Omokri, to state his own truth, his defense, and account regarding all the allegations that he has been leveled against him. Well, when this interview made its way out, first and foremost, a lot of people had a reservation about the interviewer. They believe that he should have made himself available to the media house and not a politician. But let's keep that aside and concentrate on the nitty-gritty, the interview, his defense. So according to him, he claims that he was not in the country when Mohbad passed. So definitely, he didn't have a hand in his passing. On that note, a lot of people were so quick to point out to him that one does not need to be physically present to orchestrate a crime or murder. In law, if somebody acts on the instruction or the direction of another person to take the life of another, both the taker and the instructor are equally liable for murder. This is not by any chance saying that you are guilty of murdering Mohbad, but this is just pointing out to you that whether or not you are in the country, it is still possible to be held accountable and be directly involved in murder. So now, the 2 weeks that the police asked for is fast coming to an end. The clock is ticking, seconds by seconds. We are waiting a major update, the autopsy reports, a comprehensive finding. While the autopsy is yet to be released, the Nigerian police had a press meeting in regards to Mohbad's passing and are currently pointing fingers on the auxiliary nurse who administered the injections to the singer as the prime suspect. The police said that the nurse admitted that the injections given to Mohbad brought about his body reactions which resulted to his death. There still have to be many clarifications as to that confession. That we will come back on a later video. To wrap up this video, it's important that I point out that it is also good to know that Mohbad will finally be given a decent and befitting burial. Actresses Tonto Dike and Iyabo Ojo were filmed shopping for an appropriate casket his size. So now that the autopsy is done, when he is recommitted to Mother Earth, he can be buried with honor and dignity. We will keep praying that he rests well in the bosom of the Lord, that he's loved and never stopped being talked about. In all of these, so many people are grateful for the kind of life that Mohbad lived in his very short stay on earth. People are glad that he had a chance to give his life to Christ, accept Christ as his Lord and personal Savior before he died. May he continue to rest peacefully in the bosom of the Lord. So guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Do not fail to drop all your feelings, all your comments, all your thoughts down in the comments section. From Sam Larry's defense, to Naira Marley's defense, and to the nurse being called the prime suspect. Everything you think about all we have spoken today. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up. Turn on your bell notification. Drop your comments down in the comment section. And stick glued because we have so much more coming your way. This is OPAG News TV.